Hi, this is Steve at blessedhope2018.com. I feel like I've been in the valley someplace, digging in the dirt around me, finding pieces of pyrite, only to look up and see far off in the distance a mountaintop where I see a diamond sparkling in the sunlight. So this has to be shared, whether I feel comfortable about it or not, even if it costs me every single subscriber that I have. So what you're about to watch may surprise you, it may shock you. I ask that you not let it rob you of your blessed hope. I've labored heavily to present this in the most simple way possible. You will see no entertaining graphics, no glitter, no fanfare, just an amazing arrangement of facts that I believe that God has laid upon my heavy heart to put out there. Your undivided attention is a necessity, otherwise you're wasting your time. So at the risk of alienating everyone, including my family, I feel led to go public with these findings, because above all else, you people deserve that honesty. So let's begin. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, it's not going to kill us to do that, that Torah calendar's creation year date is correct. 3980 BC plus 2021 equals 6,000 years. Remember that the year 0 is not counted. 1948, Israel is reborn, plus 80, a full generation, equals 2028. 2028 minus 7 years tribulation equals 2021. Am I scaring you yet? As for the days of our life, they contain 70 years, or if due to strength, 80 years, yet their pride is but labor and sorrow, for soon it is cut off and we fly away. Psalms 90, verse 10. I believe the cutoff will happen when Jesus Christ appears at the second coming. The 70 generation was over in 2018, this year. But the generation has to go up to 80 years for years of labor and sorrow, then soon cut off. 2021 would be 73 years. 73 appears to define a little strength. 80 years of both labor and sorrow. 1948 plus 70 is 2018 plus 7 years tribulation equals 77 years, 3 years short of Psalm 90's 80 years. Therefore, if the rapture occurred in 2018 at the 70-year point, then 80 years would place us 3 years inside the millennium. Revelation chapter 3 verse 8 to the church at Philadelphia. This is the church right before the church at Laodicea. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength. Thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. That no man can shut this door, I take to mean the church cannot remain on earth the full 80 years. That we have a little strength, I take to mean we cannot depart at 70 years. The word labor, amal, in the Hebrew, means work, toil, trouble, the fruit of one's labor. Exactly what we're all involved in at the present time. The word sorrow means trouble, sorrow, and wickedness. 1948 to 2028 equals 80 years, labor and sorrow. Once again, 1948, Israel reborn plus 80, full generation, is 2028. 2028 minus 7 years tribulation equals 2021. 3980 plus 2021 equals 6,000 years. May 17, 2018, Israel celebrated its Independence Day and turned 70. You see that on Torah calendar. It's marked May 17. Pentecost in 2021 is May 17. 73 years. 2028 would complete the 80 years. Christ returning in 2028 means Israel would then be 80. 1948 plus 80 equals 2028. Minus 7 years equals 2021. Assuming May 17 is the rapture, 8 days later, on May 25, is a total lunar eclipse. 8 days later. This would be the first eclipse after the rapture takes place. Interesting is the fact that there was a total lunar eclipse on May 17, 3980 BC, on Adam's 8th day. This would have been Adam's first lunar eclipse. May 17, 3980, Adam's 8th day, to May 17, 2021, Pentecost, equals exactly 6,000 years. The 6,000 year count may have begun when Adam was 8 days old. It would have been the day that God gave Adam dominion, rule over everything that he created, which was to last for 6,000 years. 8 always equals new beginning. 8 would represent the eternal state after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. And it could be related to Adam's 8th day if this began the 6,000-year clock. May 17, 3980 BC. Now here's where May 17, 2021 takes us. Let's begin with the rapture. May 17, 2021 is Pentecost. The rapture is accompanied by the last trump. The Jews, we know, celebrate the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai on Pentecost. Mount Sinai was the only other time that God blew a trumpet. The first Pentecost was May 14, 34 AD, the date Israel was reborn in 1948. Thus the church was born in 34 AD on the same feast, or the date Israel was reborn in 1948. Now let's look at the beginning of the tribulation period. 30 days forward to the beginning of the two witnesses ministry would be June 16, 2021. This just happens to be the 5th day of the 4th month, Tammuz, on the Hebrew calendar. Ezekiel 1:1 states, "Now it came about in the 30th year, on the 5th day of the 4th month, while I was by the river Chebar among the exiles, the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God." Thus the beginning of the tribulation period and the ministry of the two witnesses would occur on the same date on the calendar Ezekiel received his vision from God concerning his displeasure with his people Israel and coming judgment. Now let's look at the midpoint. The two witnesses are killed and the abomination of desolation occurs. This would be November 27, 2024. 28 days before Christmas, and the first day of Hanukkah, December 25th. Hanukkah aligns itself with Christmas in 2024. They send gifts to one another. What would a November 27 midpoint remind the Jews of? November 27 in history. Kislev 25 in Jewish history. Well, on 24 Kislev 520, the foundation of the Second Temple was complete. 25 Kislev 1312 BC, the Mishkan, the portable sanctuary in the wilderness, was completed. 25 Kislev 165 BC, Hanukkah was established. And 25 Kislev every year since 165 BC, the first night of Hanukkah. Now let's look at the return, the second coming, the second advent. Rapture to return equals 2550 days. May 17, 2021, Pentecost plus 2550 days to the second coming, May 10, 2028. May 10, the date Adam was created. 6,007 years since Adam was created. So from giddy up to woe, the church would depart on the feast day in which it began, Pentecost, and Christ would return on the date God created Adam. Rosh Chodesh, new moon, Christ defeats his enemies, the sheep and goats are judged, and it's 60 days to trumpets, 70 to atonement, 73 to the eve of Sukkot, and 80 days to the 8th day solemn assembly, Shemini Atzeret. In looking at the kingdom, the beginning of the kingdom, creation day 1 was May 5, 3980 BC. To the kingdom, July 24, 2028 is 6,007 years and 80 days. 2018 marked 70 years. 2021 would mark 73 years. 3 years back from May 17, 2021, our rapture date is May 17, 2018. The day is marked on the Hebrew calendar as Israel's Independence Day, officially ending the 70-year generation. Of the 10 years left to complete the full 80 years, the church would live through 3 years of labor and sorrow, the final 7 years reserved for Israel and the nations. A 3-year period of labor and sorrow would have then begun for the church on Israel's Independence Day in 2018, which would end on Pentecost 2021, where the church would depart on Pentecost, just as it began in 34 AD, which is the exact date Israel was reborn in 1948, where Jesus would return when Israel turns 80 on the exact day Adam was created. I will continue to examine this further as time marches on. I ask again that you not let this rob you of your blessed hope. Thank you all for your continued love, prayers, and support. Until next time, this is Steve. I love you all. I truly do. Thanks for watching.